everybody. Welcome to the Horrorheads podcast. I am Rich Mallery here with my co-host Jerry Lourenco.
The fuck's going on, Rich?
Shoo, man, coming in hot again. love it. You could follow us on Instagram at horrorheadspodcast or email us your love and hate to horrorheadspodcast@gmail.com. You could also, if you're listening to us audio-terrily, you could also watch the video of this on YouTube. Subscribe, like, do all the things. Tonight we're going to be talking about Hellfest, and we're going to be talking about Happy Death Day, two movies I'd never seen until recently. But tonight we're really excited because we have a special guest. We have Katie Hettenbach, host of the Katie Afraidy podcast, here tonight. Nice to meet you, Katie. Welcome aboard.
So great to be here. Thank you guys so much. And hey, way to nail it on the first try.
Yeah, I did not edit out me fucking up Katie's name and her podcast 3 times. That did not happen. No one saw that.
You crushed it. No one's ever screwed up my last name before, ever. So you're good.
You know what? I usually screw up Jerry's name, and I've known him for over 20 years. So that's like kind of...
It's hard.
You should feel very honored that I'm even speaking in full sentences right now, because it is a Tuesday, and but I've not started drinking yet. I will momentarily. So, Katie, great to meet you. Kind of would love to know a little bit about you, kind of like how you got into podcasting, like what your story is. You have 15 seconds to tell us. No, give as much time as you want.
Gun to my head? Oh my God.
We just wasted like 3 seconds.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I started it all started over a DM over Instagram, because every Halloween for the past, I want to say 5 years, I've done 31 Days of Horror movies for all of Halloween. And I posted on Instagram, was like, hey, what movies should I watch this year? And I got a DM from the Comedy Store in Los Angeles. And they're like, hey, do you actually want to do this as a podcast with comedians at the Comedy Store? And for those of you who don't know, Comedy Store is like where Robin Williams, Jim Carrey, you name the comedian, that is the birthplace of stand-up.
Iconic place. Yeah. Been there a bunch. It's an awesome place. Yeah.
So that was huge. And then Horror at the Store was born. And then they hired me there, did my podcast there for about a year. And then they're like, get out of here. And I was like, fair enough. And then Fangoria was like, hey, come be with us. And I was like, I would love to. What should we call it? And as a joke, we said Katie Afraidy. And we were like, this is so stupid. Katie Afraidy, what is it going to be? Katie on skaties? Katie debatey? Are you afraidy or not afraidy? And then we started being like, nah, it's pretty good. It's stupid, but it's good. And then it stuck, and here we are.
You know what? The best podcast names are the ones that are like stupid, because they get stuck in your head, and I will never forget it. While I screwed up your name, I did not screw up.
It's okay. People. So I'm also a stand-up comedian, and people introduce me on stage as Katie Afraidy, and I go, no, that's the name of my podcast. That is not my name. That would be like if Joe Rogan went up there and was like, this is the Joe Rogan experience. But it's,
you know what? I have heard he does that. So
good.
So your 31 nights of horror, did you do it where you're like a different theme every night? Like, how did you, like, can you talk more about that? Because Jerry does something similar. So I'm just curious as to like how your experience goes.
Awesome. So first of all, it actually started as a assignment in my film studies class in college. If we watched 31 days straight of horror movies, we would get out of the final. I was one that, right? I was one of 30 people who participated, and I was in the top 10. I was the only girl to finish. So just humble, I gotta brag about that. But so I pretty much try to do a horror movie I've never seen before. So I try to do 31 that I've never seen. They get weird. Everyone's like, oh, but you've seen everything. And I'm like, you realize that Tubi exists. There's millions of horror movies.
Unfortunately.
It's impossible.
That you don't want to watch.
That too. I watched a lot of bad ones, but so I kind of try to pick something new, and it doesn't always mean it's good, but I've found over the years, I've found some good ones that I'm like, ooh, I want to flag this and make sure I put it down for a future episode because I want to come back to it type of thing. But I usually just do like it's separate. I used to do it as the podcast, like the first 31 episodes of Katie or Horror at the Store, Katie Afraidy are part of the 31 Days of Horror because we did an episode every single day. Don't do that.
Holy shit! Yeah,
Don't do that.
no, we're bi-weekly, and that's too much.
Yeah. Oh my god. Even but we pre-recorded it. We did like we would batch record like 8 episodes for like three weeks at a time, and then we would release them every day. But but now it's just kind of like a separate thing that I do, and I kind of just post about it. But yeah.
So I'm super jealous.
The one Jerry does is he picks like a different theme every day, and you have to pick a horror movie that's relevant to that theme. And I usually try to do movies I've never seen before, but by like the 8th day, I've watched 8 really terrible horror movies, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch like my favorites for like a million times because like I try really hard, but like at a point, I'm just like, there's only so much I can watch.
Yeah, I usually say I'm gonna do 31 days of like brand new ones, but I do throw in ones that I'm like, ooh, I do want people to know about this. I haven't seen it in a really long time. It's so I don't really remember it. So if I throw it in,
you know what? If you haven't seen it in a long time, it's almost like watching it for the first time.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like I forget, and like you're also in a different headspace now than you were like years ago. So it's almost like fresh eyes. So that's fair.
Yeah, and also people don't know. They don't know what I've seen and what I haven't.
Well, now we know.
Yes. Well, the secret is basically.
So you could lie. That's okay. We're
1,000%.
Yeah.
I am a compulsive liar. So this is
awesome. That's it.
Perfect.
It works. It absolutely works. Yes. I'm like really upset that like you had a college class and all you had to do was like watch like some horror films and you didn't have to take a final. It's like in my final, I had to like write a paper and I just used like Rich as like the source of the paper. Like that was like my film class, but
that's amazing.
I wish like that was like the assignment. It's like just watch horror. Like I would do that in a second. That's amazing.
I mean, it was such an like the final was also super easy. The class was easy, but I wanted to challenge myself, and I was like, I'm gonna keep doing this psychotic thing. It's exhausting. A movie a day, and then to like write or do a video about it. All of I fall behind. Every single October, I miss a day. Even if no matter how much I prep. Oh,
yeah,
awful.
it's impossible. And like kind of how I get around it is like on a Saturday, I'll watch like 4, and then I could take like because there's no like who has that kind of time to watch all those movies? I mean, especially when you're big podcast hosts like all of us, and we have fans bugging us constantly, and it's really
social media posts.
Answering emails. It's like I don't have time to watch movies. I'm dealing with all of the love I get.
Exactly.
That's awesome, Katie. I heard on your podcast you were really kind of talking like really really serious about people who go to premieres. And they kind of overhype movies.
Yes.
After they've seen the premiere. And I know you've seen like a few films and you're just like, why is everyone hyping these up? What is going on with this? This movie kind of sucks, but you went to the premiere, so you like it. Can you think of any other films that were like that, maybe recently, that you felt like were a little overhyped due to people attending the premieres?
What did I go to recently? Personally, and people think I'm crazy for this, and I don't care. I was not a fan of 28 Years Later.
I just said this our last episode. I said I couldn't stand the movie, and I said the reason people like hyped it up was because they saw it in the premiere and loved it. And I was like, I missed everything that they loved about it. I hated that movie. I highly disliked it, and I said that's the reason it got overly hyped. So I'm totally with you there. I didn't get it. It started out really good, right? And then it was like just dumb. Like
it was just fun. It's also like what I'm trying to do now is either compliment sandwich or insult sandwich, where you either either put so it's because every movie's good, every movie's bad. There's always good to bad and bad to good, whatever. But I feel like they just were all over the place, and I feel like they were trying to do too much. I think if they would have stayed in the world and not thrown in like, you don't know what Amazon is, you don't know what that took me out. That took me out. Sure, I kept going. Sure, why not? Sure, let's throw that in there. But yeah, that also a movie that shouldn't have gotten as much hate, and I really enjoyed it. I know what you did last summer, the new one.
So I didn't see that. You saw that, Jerry. What'd you think of it?
I saw it. Yeah, no, I thought it was done
Oh,
pretty well. I mean, I thought it
fun.
was probably better than the original, I would say, and the original was stacked with like
Yeah,
a ton of celebrities at the time. It's like some of the hottest, actors and actresses. I thought they did a great job. And I
yeah.
mean, it is what it is. It's a teen horror, but it gets brutal. So, I mean,
It,
what's wrong with that?
it does. Also, like, what bothers me is like you're going to a movie to have fun, and this is just a fun movie. Everyone's like, "Well, it sucked." It's like, yeah, the I know what you did last summer isn't good. It's camp, and that's okay. Like, it's good because but it's not like there's a reason why the franchise didn't continue because it wasn't good, and that's okay. That's okay. You can't. You also were competing with Scream at the time. It's hard to make a movie. It's hard to make a good horror movie, but they made a camp, fun movie, and the new one was fun. It was
Yeah.
silly. The ending was silly. I was like, sure. I was like, yeah, I love it. Why not? Bring up more petty, more weird. Sure.
I would totally watch it again. I think it was like super fun, and I did stay all the way to the end to catch like the after credit kind of scene. It was
Hmm.
kind of like ridiculous, but
Yep.
yeah, but
I don't
fun for
know. I'm
sure.
not. I'm not sold. I think it's still a skip for
Well, I
me.
mean, if you're doing a 31-day challenge and something
Right.
comes up
Fair.
like
Fair. Fair.
awful camp movie you don't want to watch as the genre, then maybe then maybe you watch that. So you had to watch 28 years later because you're going to premiere. What do you watch for fun? What's like your go-to? What's your comfort horror that you just like you don't care what anyone thinks. You're just like, fuck it, this is what I like.
Scrolling on Tubi and finding something weird. I'm dead ass. Someone said single-handedly you're the reason Tubi is in business, and I
It's
was
your
like,
fault.
thank you so much. No, I love Tubi horror. I love it. Because it's also like there's so much new horror that is low budget that maybe isn't the best, isn't polished, but it's like, okay, you know what? Because I'm also a filmmaker myself, I'm like, okay, how would I make that better? How would I? And I think I just love that. Also, sometimes they're so bad that they're funny, and I love that.
Yeah,
So
I mean, can you be is it entertaining? That's kind of what I go back to. It's not even like, is it like an artistically good movie or is it entertaining? Like it's got to be one of those two
exactly,
things. And
exactly.
if I stick with it to the very end, then it's good enough.
There's a movie on Tubi right now that I am so mad that they have the title and the concept, and because they did a shit job. They did such a bad. I don't care. I'm calling them out. Aqua Slash.
Oh, I like that film.
It could have been so much better though. They should have
Better.
went 10 times harder. I it was camp and fun and like not great, but it was like the guy's haircut, the one, the spike is no
Yeah.
the Aqua Slash 2. I want to make Aqua Slash 2, and I want there's gonna be it was just one water slide. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
one water slide.
Well,
I
that's
was expecting the whole park. They
yeah. Some
said,
brutal things happen on that slide, though. It was
just the one.
some of those scenes are like what the body parts flying around, like going down the. Oh my God, that was crazy.
But it's just one slide. Just don't go down that
Are
slide.
you, so are you putting your name in the hat to be the director of Aqua Slash 2?
Yeah,
That's it. All right.
1000%.
You heard it.
1000%.
You heard it here first, people. That's it.
Yeah,
Katie
because
is
the
saying she's going to do
producers
it.
they listen to this show, so
Good.
they'll
Good. I want in. I want in. I have notes. I love it though. A compliment sandwich. It was terrible. I also loved it, and I've seen it many times. So
So
Does compliment or insult sandwich work better? Just for our
exactly.
future. No, do you know which one works better? I'm asking seriously for a friend.
No, yes, both. Correct.
Both. Just use both.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
I'm
so
going to
before I
pick this
get
up.
before I get really drunk and forget, Katie, like how could we find your podcast? Like how often do you release episodes? How can they find you? Here's your chance to plug.
Yeah, you can follow me on all social media platforms at Katie Afraidy. That's afraid with a Y. I realized I should have done IE because my name starts with an or ends with an IE. Whatever, it's fine. You can find me there. We're on YouTube. We have a Patreon, Katie Afraidy. And yeah, you can find me my personals through there as well. It's a little bit easier. And we release episodes weekly, unless I don't want to release an episode one week, and then I don't.
Okay.
So
It's your
yeah,
show. You do what you want.
I that's what I've you realize like you're like, oh, I have to do this. You can do whatever you want. There are no rules.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, like again, we have tens of thousands of fans that will be banging on my door if we don't release our episodes on
I know,
time. And
right?
like somehow my address got out there, and it gets really. I think we
Yeah,
we
we
actually
put
we
it out
said
there.
my
Yeah.
we did you
just-
did put it out
sorry.
there. That's fair.
Yeah, but they sent you Doritos once, so it
You
paid
know what?
off.
Oh yeah. So true story. Like I mentioned on the show, I think we were talking about Annabelle, and I mentioned that they were eating taco flavored Doritos, which I love, but you could never find out here. And I probably spent 20 minutes talking about these Doritos, and magically, 3 bags showed up at my house, and I have no idea who from, but some fan of the show sent me Doritos. So and they weren't poison, and I lived and I ate them. I was gonna take the chance. I was taking the chance. I was like, you know
Oh,
what?
to be a man. Oh, to be a man.
This could be poison, but I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna eat it.
Oh, to be a
risk
man.
versus reward.
If that happened, I would have to move to another country.
Yeah, I guess it would have. Yeah, I guess I didn't think of it that way. I was just like, cool, free shit. Like, yeah, that's true.
You're like, but how did they get there? That's
No idea.
Where I live.
And
Oh, no.
and no emails saying like, did you enjoy them? Like nothing. Just the best kind. The best kind of stalkers are the ones that never tell you that they're stalking you.
I have some stalkers, so they're scary. They're scary. They don't follow me home, but
they're out there.
I just get away from me. Anyways, we're good.
Okay, since we're good, let's get into what we are known for on this show, and that is the drinking. So
Yes.
I'm going to pour something now. I have something that I thought was really cool, except that the bottle was really cool.
Ooh.
It is called Navigator. It's bourbon, and I believe Navigator is like a wine company, and they made the bourbon in wine barrels. So fuck it. I just thought the bottle looked cool, and wine enthusiasts gave it 93 points. I don't know if that's good or bad, but they put it on the bottle, so it must be good. So I'm gonna pour this. So Katie, what are you drinking? I know you showed us earlier, but like hold it up.
Yeah, I got a little Moscow Mule in a spooky pumpkin copper mug. Let's get some ASMR, yeah.
So you have watched the show. So we love doing that. we love doing that.
I love
Moscow.
I love Moscow Mules. I love the taste, but I also really just love anything that comes in a cool copper mug.
They're so good.
But they're delicious. Yeah,
they're so good. Someone said that's like you never like first just buy a Moscow Mule. You always try it, and then it becomes your drink.
It's usually if I go out, it'll be like my second or third cocktail I order. Like it's never the first thing I start with. It's usually like because I think the alcohol content's a little lower sometimes, so I usually will get that after, and the ginger makes it tougher to like really pound. So I'm kind of just sipping it. So
not for me. It's just
well,
pounding on left and right.
You're a
gonna
professional.
find out tonight.
We're amateurs here.
We're gonna see how this goes.
This definitely could be a one and done for me. I'm just sipping this bad boy.
Yeah, take your time. Jerry, what do you have there? What do you have for us?
I mean, I'm representing New York tonight. I got that Hudson right there. I got that Bright Lights Big Bourbon that I'm about to pour into my.
Love me some Hudson.
Hold on a second. My Dorcia's glass right there.
shit.
There we go.
They let you got a res there? Damn.
Yeah, I got a reservation. I know the chef. So I try to get into Nell's, but
The chef Cliff Huxtable. Is that the chef's name?
that's it.
Cool. All right, let's cheers to that. Let's get crazy. Let's do it. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. Woo.
Ah man, this is actually delicious. So Katie, for
What?
those out there who do not know what's in a Moscow Mule, like let the people know. Like what is it? What's the taste? What kind of how do people make it?
Ginger beer, vodka.
Legit.
Okay.
Okay.
That's about it, and a little bit of lime juice.
I was gonna say, do you put like a
a
lime
little
in
bit
it?
of lime.
Or...
Yeah, a little bit of lime juice. This one I don't have lime, so I was like, we're just kind of raw dogging it, but yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so this Navigator, it's pretty good. I don't taste like wine, but I also don't have a really good palate. It just tastes like sweet, smooth, easy to get down, and I'm gonna enjoy this.
Yeah, man, that looks pretty good. This Hudson bourbon is pretty good. I don't know if you know this, Rich, but the ownership changed at Hudson. So
I did not know that.
yeah, so they kind of rebranded and redid all their bourbons, and this new one, which is a weird name for bourbon, Bright Lights, Big City. It's actually
did you
really
ever
cool.
see the movie? Or actually, it was a book, and they made a movie with Michael J. Fox, Bright Lights, Big City. I used to be a really big fan of the book. It's about basically a guy who's like on cocaine, like
Mm,
yeah. And,
no,
it's basically
I
heavy cokehead that it's like a week in his life of like his life unraveling. It's a pretty good book. The movie's okay,
Fun.
but the book's good.
I'll check the movie. I like the bourbon. It's pretty heavy, man. 92 proof. And it's tasting mossy to me tonight. So
Oh
Mossy?
shit, like a little scotch.
has a little mossy to it. Yeah, oddly. Oh yeah, good thinking. You know,
What does
actually
that mean?
it's like grassy kind of, like an earthy kind of
Wait, you don't like
taste
drinking
to it
grass?
with
Not
a little-
cow.
a
I'm
little
from
bit of
Wisconsin, but I'm not eating grass.
it works well in alcohol. It gives it like a kind of an earthy kind of tone to
Sure.
it, mixed with
Hey,
a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of corn on top there. It's nice.
you say
So
corn?
corn, yeah,
That's what
like
whiskey's made of corn.
like corn, yeah. It's like a nice sweet corn taste. Yeah, it's actually
Different strokes for different folks. I love that.
So for
you.
those of you who can't see the video, Katie is horrified right now.
she's offended. I'm assuming you're not a whiskey drinker. That's just
I am
my
not.
quick
I am
assumption.
not.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna send you some grass juice, and and you can let
Hey,
me know.
awesome. Thank you.
I'll throw in a little dirt too, and a little bit of moss. And
How did you get my address?
Okay, that's stalker that you mentioned.
Yeah, we got it from that guy.
I knew it. Knew it was you.
All right, so we're going to talk about Hellfest, and we're talking about Happy Death Day. Before we get into that, I just wanted to ask you a quick question, Katie. You mentioned you're a filmmaker. Can you tell us more about that? Like,
Yes.
what have you done? Like, what are you doing? Like, working on anything? Like, what's that?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I do a lot. I'm also an actor. I'm an editor. I'm a director. I do production design. I do sound. I do a little bit of everything. I went to school for editing to convince my parents to go to an actual film school and not just like a normal college. But yeah, so I've done a lot of shorts. I'm working on 2 horror features right now. One is a slasher, one is more of like a spooky devil paranormal woods thing, and then doing a creature feature as well, because that sounds like fun. But yeah, I'm also an actor, so you know, auditioning here and there, everywhere, doing really weird short films right now, which is great.
Okay, well, one day we will see one of these features on Tubi, and I will watch it. Watch it for
that's
Jerry's
the goal.
challenge.
That's the goal. I'm like, if these things can get on Tubi, I can get on Tubi. And that's the goal. Everyone's like, I want Lionsgate. I'm like, nah, if I made it, you'll know because I'll be on
Yeah.
Tubi.
I say the same thing. I was like, if my movie's on Tubi, I'm happy. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
That's where everybody's gonna watch it anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck it. All right, so let's talk about. Let's start with Hellfest from 2018, a movie that I never watched. I don't know why I never watched it because it sounds like an interesting premise. I will give the plot of it really quick. A masked serial killer turns a horror-themed amusement park into his own personal playground, terrorizing a group of friends, while the rest of the patrons believe it is part of the show. And basically, there is a masked killer just patrolling one of those haunts, like a Universal Horror Nights or something like that, where there's lots of haunted mazes. There are, of course, I believe, 6 friends that kind of are there for just a crazy night, and one by one they get stalked by this killer as they go through the various mazes. And I kind of get it, because like you go to some of these haunts and there is always that thing in the back of your head, like you don't really know who's an employee and who's
But
just
that
a crazy
core
person.
fear, yeah,
Yeah,
for
wearing
sure.
a mask, right? And I know they're not like allowed to touch you in a lot of these, but like I've actually been to one. I went to a Purge themed one where they actually were allowed to touch you. And even though I like knew I was safe, at one point I started getting really freaked out, and I'm like, this person like actually could fucking hurt me. And luckily they did not. So because I'm here now. So I'll say this about the movie. I think if you could suspend disbelief, you could get into this movie. And what I mean by that is the movie's like very ridiculous. Like there's a lot of situations where you're like, there's no way that could happen. And I will give the one example that stuck out at me. There's one scene where the lead Natalie is in the women's room in this crowded theme park. She's the only one in this ladies' room for about 10 minutes while the killer is
That
stalking
would
her.
never
And
happen.
that was
Unrealistic.
There would be a line of 50 people waiting to get in.
Like, get the fuck out.
Literally.
So like there's lots of things like that happen in the movie where you're like,
That's,
none of
I'm
this
sorry,
is plausible.
can we stop? That's the part that you had to speak out about.
That's where I was like, I'm done.
I was
I'm
like
done.
thinking about
I'm
other
done.
stuff, and you're
No,
like, no,
I'm
it was
done.
that. It was the bathrooms. It was unrealistic.
That's funny. I haven't known about that too, Rich.
It's so funny. I didn't even know. I was like, good for her. She can poop in peace. That's
But she was blow drying her hair like she was at home for like 15 minutes. Like literally, no one's like banging on the door. The only one in there is the killer. I mean, that was a little crazy, but I found it very believable, Rich. So I'm gonna have to disagree with you there because she was kind of like in the corner bathroom that no one knows about.
There's no corner bathroom. There's always everybody knows about every single bathroom. No, so anyway, the movie has lots of things that are very like implausible and ridiculous. However, the movie is entertaining. I think like it's kind of fun to watch. I think I would like the pacing to be a little faster because it does take a long time in between kills, specifically. But all in all, like again, I wouldn't say it's a good movie. I wouldn't say it's a bad movie. I think it's watchable. Katie, how do you feel about this one?
I actually found this on Tubi.
That's where I watched it.
Yeah, and
This is a gem for Tubi.
Right?
Oh yeah, it's
I know but I loved it. It's not the problem I have with it is that it's like so realistic in some parts, and then as soon as you get inside the mazes, you're clearly on a stage. Like you're clearly on a sound stage. It like looks low budget versus when they're like walking around, it looks so much real and more dynamic. I don't know. It's that part always takes me out. I'm like, literally, you're walking down the same hallway that they just dress differently.
Yeah.
I swear to God. But I really like it. I do think the main actress, and I hope she's gotten better. I hope she gets so much work. But I didn't like her. I didn't find her enjoyable to watch. Everybody else I loved. Everybody else I thought was dynamic and fun. I just felt like she fell flat. Also, she got really brave all of a sudden out of nowhere. And I was like, hey, where is this coming from? You didn't want to go. You don't like horror. You don't like this stuff. And all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to stand up to this killer who's stabbing a girl real quick. Do it. Killer, go. And it's like, what? Wait, it's just that part, like, but I love this movie. Every time I go to a fair, I'm always like, ooh, we should go at night because then it'll feel like Hellfest. And we go to like the little crappy horror rides. And I'm like, I feel like we're going to get murdered. This feels like Hellfest. This rocks. I'm like, we're going to die in here. This is fun.
Yeah, I love haunts in real life, and like I used to every year go to the Universal Horror Nights out here at LA. until it got so expensive that it's
Yeah.
like you're priced out of it, because there's so many people going. I don't know how people could afford it, but like if you go, you're going to probably see maybe 4 45-second mazes in a night, because you're going to be waiting online for over an hour,
Yeah.
unless you buy front of line tickets, which are like $350 a pop. So it's like
Damn.
you get so priced out of these things that make it like not fun. There are some smaller ones out here in LA you could find that are kind of worth doing and are kind of cool, but like the big really cool ones are really tough. And getting back to what you said about the lead actress, I forget her name, but the character's name is Natalie.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of other examples, but they do this in a lot of horror movies where like the main protagonist, like usually the final girl, is they make her like so boring, like a drip. And I think they're trying to make her like stoic, or like kind of make it seem like she's got this like backstory where she's like dark and blah blah blah. But they never like show that. So all you see is this
Yeah.
person who's like really annoying, really boring. And like I hate that when it's like there's nothing that really happened to make her go from this person that like didn't want to be there to now being like the hero. And then they make the brave, like her friend, like her best friend Brooke, who's like the brave, go all of a sudden becomes like terrified, and she's
Yeah.
like useless like after a little while. So like it was weird. Like it would have been interesting if they like did something to kind of show like the twist, like the
Totally.
like where they like their brains flipped and she went into like, oh, now I'm gonna be badass mode, because
Yeah.
she gets really badass in the end, and you're just like, where the hell did this come from? And she gets really smart in the end too, and you're like
You're like, what? You were so dumb. I
yeah,
don't,
like
I
she's
don't
outsmarting the killer, who's like is like 10 steps ahead the entire movie until the last 5 minutes when he's like a moron and gets like caught.
Which also, I don't know if we can jump around, but like
You could do whatever you want.
There's no
the
rules, Katie.
No rules.
the
No
killer,
rules.
you know, rules. The killer and the ending. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, you mean like
What the
the
fuck?
last 60 seconds of the movie?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
like the
I was like, what are
reveal.
we
Yeah.
doing? I was
He's
like,
just a normal
he's
guy.
nobody.
Like a
He's
dad.
nobody. He's nobody. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, then why did he target her? Like, what was the point? And it was just like, it kind of just fell flat. And obviously it's like, oh, look, he does it several times because he
He's
has
a
old
daddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a dad, but he has different masks. Look at that. Oh, and he got his kid a little toy from the creepy place. Look at that. Oh, how cute. Like what? It's just like I wanted more of it. I know it's it's scary if there's no motive, but it's like it fell flat because there was no motive.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's like,
It
why
didn't
was he
help it.
targeting them? There's a
Yeah.
1,000, maybe 10,000 people in this park, and he just somehow manages to keep finding this group of 6 who
Yeah.
splinter off and things like that. Just keeps finding them wherever they go, which again, impossible. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, why? Like they didn't really show like, oh, she's interesting, I'm gonna go kill her, or she did something like bumped into me and maybe spill my soda or something like
Yeah.
that. My $12 beer or whatever the hell I bought.
Yeah.
you
Hey,
know?
those beers are expensive. Those beers are expensive.
Yeah, sorry, not $12, probably like 18, but like
Literally.
but yeah, it would have been nice if they did that. I will say, I think the mask was creepy, and I read a note actually that the person that designed the mask also designed the Ghostface mask from Scream and the baby mask from Happy Death Day. We're
Oh,
gonna
that's
talk
pretty
about.
iconic.
So
Yeah.
that's
Wow.
interesting. Yeah,
Are you saying Tony Gardner?
Tony Gardner.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wow.
Wow, you're good. I
That's
wrote it
okay.
down.
That was
No.
some trivia right there.
No, because that is my friend's dad.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Kira Gardner.
Shout out.
Kira Gardner. Shout out Kira Gardner. Go watch Living with Chucky, her documentary.
Oh, cool. That's I haven't seen
Yeah.
that, but I've heard
but
of
also
it.
Tony's a gem, and he's a talented human. Also, thank you for saying he made Ghostface mask, because there's apparently drama there, but we don't know.
I'm going with what IMDb tells me, and that's my truth. That's my truth.
Hell yeah,
And
IMDb.
I believe everything. I believe everything that users submit as trivia.
Yes.
That is
That's-
not
you know
spot
what?
checked.
Truth. It's truth.
It is not spot checked or fact checked. It just ends up on the internet, and I believe it every time, and that's what I'm going with.
And you know what? The commenters will fact check you. You did something wrong.
So you know
They will let you know.
what's interesting about this movie is it was actually a pretty decent like hit. Like, so the budget was $5.5 million according to IMDb. It made about 18 million. It's weird they never made a sequel. Like, I wonder like what happened there.
Disappointing.
Not that there's really a
Something
need
good.
for it.
Was
What'd
it
you say?
good? It wasn't good.
I
Wait,
think it
this movie?
was.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
No, I
You
liked
liked
it.
it.
I loved it, but like,
It doesn't need a
it's not
sequel. Like I'm just
It
sequel
does. It does need a
worthy.
sequel. I think what this world is lacking is horror films about haunts. I mean, that's really like what I like. I think I was so happy that you like chose this film, Katie, because I was like, I'll do any like I don't like haunts in real life, but I really like them on a film. So
Yeah.
I found it like so entertaining. And for me, that just kind of kept me like locked into it. So yeah, a lot of weird stuff happens, a lot of stupid shit happens, but it was just like the set and the fun
Mhm.
of like being in like that haunt that kind of kept it like exciting for me and kind of kept me locked in. And I really liked Natalie. I thought she was kind of
she's
cool.
your type.
I'm gonna have to like
Boring.
disagree with I'm gonna have to like disagree a little bit. I think that she
Okay.
was like kind of cool. She was like the outsider, and she was just kind of like trying to hang out with these people that kind of have this life now without her because she went away to college and she's trying to hook up with that really drip of a guy.
Yeah, he sucked
Who
too.
die? Who
like
dies so fast?
that was the
Who di-
best. That was the highlight. That was the highlight of the whole film, I think, is when he dies. Because first of all, I don't believe they said that this guy Gavin, is the guy who scored the tickets for Hellfest. He is not the type of guy who could get tickets to Hellfest, first of all. And then second, he's going to like shoplift a toy just to give to her. I mean, talk about out of character. That was totally something that this guy wouldn't do. He goes like into like the employee area to
Yeah,
like
he
steal a
breaks into
toy.
the
Yeah, he
warehouse to
breaks
steal
into
a
it.
fucking toy. And especially like, come on, they're not selling toys. Like it's a fucking haunt. Like I'm sure someone's selling toys. He's
Give
gonna
that guy
break it.
$50. I'll have 10
And,
of them. That's
yeah,
it.
and the warehouse just happens to be like empty. Like he could just go in
Yeah.
there and take things. Like
Well,
it's so
well,
ridiculous.
if you notice, you said it before. Every time there's a situation where the killer shows up, miraculously, they're always completely by themselves. There's no one else in the haunt behind them. There's not the next group. No one ran into each other. They're in the bathroom by themselves. He's in the warehouse by themselves. Everyone's always by themselves, like when this shit happens, which I again was a little weird. I did make a note of that because the place was jam packed when they went outside. But I just want to get back to Gavin. I thought
Yeah.
that kill was probably one of the coolest and most original that I've ever kind of seen on film. I mean, he kind of popped his head like a watermelon. I thought that was great.
Yeah, it saved the movie for me too, because up until this point, I'm kind of like, I was not really overly into the movie. I'm kind of like, okay,
What?
like this. I mean, I was watching it, but I was kind of like, I needed something to happen, like something big. And I was just expecting, I'm like, okay, the kills are going to be lame. They're going to be like off camera, no blood, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, the guy takes this huge fucking hammer and just bashes his head. Boom. Like I was like, okay, all right, I'm in, I'm locked in now. Now you have my attention. So like I really appreciated that. I think, and there's another kill later on that was like really cool and graphic where I don't know if it was like an ice pick or something that goes like through the eye.
The
Yeah,
needle.
and
The
and I've seen like kills like that before in movies. Like there's a couple of movies that do that, but the way they did it in this movie was really good. It was like the makeup was wow, it was really good. I thought.
I just with Gavin's kill, I just wish that it didn't. I wish she would have seen Natalie would have
Oh.
seen it because I think it would have. I think that would have been her breaking point,
Mm.
and that would have motivated her to go brave and
Mm.
not be like all of a sudden like, oh, now I'm brave. It's. I just think she needed something. She needed to see one of her friends. I mean, like that guy. I think that seeing him die specifically, I think that would have helped.
Because she never finds out that he even was killed, I guess, until the very
Yeah,
end,
we just
right?
it
Like,
just was like a throwaway, and it's you don't even see his body hung up or anything. I'm like, well, then how do you know Gavin? She still thinks Gavin's in there. She still thinks Gavin's trying to get her a toy, get her get a little stuffy.
so I have two notes of just two things that I found funny, and I always find like these little things in movies funny, and I have to call them out. There's like a scene early on where her friend Brooke and Natalie are like getting ready to go out, and Brooke is like, "You can't wear that. Like Halloween is like your opportunity to wear something sexy. Let me find something for you."
And then she wears the same outfit.
Literally the same thing.
Same outfit. And I was
It's like a
oh,
denim jacket and a white t-shirt. I'm like,
it's a white t-shirt
sexy.
instead of her pink t-shirt. Yeah, wow. That's edgy, real edgy.
that really cracked me up. And then the other thing that cracks me up at the very end, Natalie and Brooke are like trying to run away from the killer. And they're like, oh, I think that's an exit. And they run into what's clearly the entrance of the biggest maze in the park. Like, why would you think that's an exit? Like, you're outside and you run into a maze. I thought that was so funny. I was like, what are you talking about?
There are some plot holes for sure.
Just a bit. Yeah.
Oh,
What did I write? But the scariest haunt though that I was like, oh hell no, the hallway that slowly got more and more narrow with the hands.
Oh,
They
yeah.
started grabbing them. I don't know why that freaked me out the most. Also the mannequin ones, because you don't think mannequins are scary, and then you go to Madame Tussauds and you're like, what if these started moving?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the
And
room
they
you're
don't.
talking to really freaked me out. It's basically they're all these like all you really see are these white mannequin faces, and they're all like really close together. Like so you have to kind of like shimmy your way through them. And yeah, if I was in that maze, I would be like I would have ran right through that. I wouldn't have like taken my time. I would be like, okay, we're going next. That would have definitely freaked me out for sure.
I think the scariest moment, and I think this is like a core fear for all of us. Like when we were younger and we used to go in like those haunted houses. Remember when you're like on the car and then the car stops and you're really not
Mhm.
aware. It's like, is this a part of the ride? Is this a not? That's what they do to fuck you up in these things because you don't know what's supposed to be happening and what is supposed to be happening. And then when that guy, and they call him like the other, and that's who the killer was called, they call it the others, he gets into the car with Natalie when she stopped and just kind of rides it out with her. That would have freaked me out because you're locked with that stupid bar. You can't get out. Like you're helpless in that bar. And imagine that some dude is just hanging out in front of you, like face to face, and you can't move. And it's like, that would have freaked me out so much.
Yeah, I'm surprised there aren't more like carnival-esque fair haunt type like horror movies like that,
Wish there
because
were.
first of all, theirs are creepy as, I mean, carnies. Here, I'm part carny, so I have family who were carnies. So, for the record,
That
so
explains everything.
So you can say carny. It's okay.
I can say
It's all
carny.
right.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
But
we can't. We'll get canceled if we say it. Yeah.
Yeah, don't send us any emails, people. She's
yeah,
part
don't
carny.
do that. I'm part carny. It's fine. But no, it's like it's creepy. Like they just there's something eerie about it. And then even the one that was in Orange County recently, there's hundreds of thousands of people at that, like, just to think about that there's a killer there.
Yeah, anything could
And
happen, and you could blend. You
Anything.
could blend right
And
in, and it's
yeah.
very easy for someone like I'm shocked that it doesn't happen more where
Oh,
people get killed at these things. At least that we
yeah.
read about.
Oh,
Maybe it does
totally.
happen, and they just kind of
Tot-
cover it up. Like Universal doesn't want us to know, so they just like
Yeah.
hide the body, and they just I don't know, they went missing. Have you seen the movie Haunt about the haunted attraction? There were a few movies
I
called
don't think I
Haunt, but
have.
there's one, I think it's 2018, I believe, and I really like
Yeah, I think
that
so.
one.
And
That
yeah,
one's really
I'm
good.
wearing the shirt right now.
Oh shit, there you
go. Yeah,
That's
it's,
awesome.
I did not know that, but yeah, that movie's really really good. I like that.
it's
What are
very
other,
similar. It's so similar to this, though.
but
I mean, it's
better?
just
I
like,
feel like.
yeah, probably a little better. There's House is October built. There's a couple, but I don't think there's enough because this really taps in to like really what most people are scared of. Just like you said, Rich, you always have like that in the back of your head. Is someone here that shouldn't be here?
Mhm.
Could someone just blend in? I mean, and I think, I could kind of get into that when I'm like watching these films. I could get into it like when I'm watching this film where I'm just like, imagine if I was there,
Yeah.
and I'm really not sure if if this guy's just fucking with me or if this is like some sort of lunatic that's actually after me, because it takes a long time. Even if he touches you, if he gets aggressive, you still in the back of your head, you'd be like, this is a part of the show. So you don't react and you ignore like all the red flags. And I think that's really where like a lot of the fear comes in. And I think you take that and you kind of add in like some of these like brutal kills. I think this makes for like a pretty good film. Like I find this film very entertaining. And even if Kate didn't suggest this, I literally watch this film all the time. This is probably the 10th or 11th time I
Oh
watched it.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I love this film. I love it. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I don't know if I liked it or not, but I will definitely watch it again. So speaking of how we feel about this movie, like
Mm.
let's give it a rating. So Katie, in case you are not overly familiar with our show, what we do is we rate each movie we watch on a scale of 0 to 5 bloody knives, 5 being the best, 0 being the absolute worst movie you'll find on Tubi. And we do play a little drinking game that's tied to these ratings. So you have a choice now of who you want to partner with. You could either partner with me, which means you'll be drinking with me, or you could partner with Jerry, which means you'll be drinking with him. And it's a very important, this might be the most important decision of your life. So
Oh, God.
think very carefully. There is one right answer, one wrong answer, and I hope you pick the right one. No, I'm kidding. I don't. It's all random. We will see what happens. But yeah, pick one of us to partner with tonight, and I will not be offended if you don't choose me. However, that is probably the wrong choice.
No pressure. Wait, you got it. Are you not going to explain the drinking before
Okay,
you
so
said
yeah,
nah?
yeah, I will explain it. So
Before I pick,
yeah, I can
because
explain it for you, and it might
I don't
help
think it's gonna
you.
help.
It might help a little bit, but I don't think it's going to help you because you don't know how we're going to feel about the next movie. So how it works is I'm going to give a rating and just say I give it a 3. That means Jerry needs to take 3 sips. If you partner
got
with
it.
Jerry, you got to take those 3 sips. If he gives a rating, I got to take those sips, and then
Got
you're
it.
going to give your own rating, and Jerry and I are going to take that sip. We're going to partner on that.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that makes sense. So you
Yep.
kind of know
Perfect.
how we feel about this one. You don't know how we feel about the next one, though. So that's how you. So that's why you don't really know what the right choice is. I think I know what the right choice is, but
I'm gonna go Jerry.
I think you made the right move there. I think that was the right choice. So I am actually going to give this movie. Look, I didn't love it, didn't hate it. Think it's decent enough, but I'm going to give it a 2. That's what I'm
Wow.
giving it. Yeah, not a good rating for me, but again, I think it was just really hard for me just to kind of get in the zone when two things. One, it was like I kept saying like this is ridiculous, and two, it just dragged a little too much. Like I needed more kills. I needed some more blood, some more gore. If they would have maybe threw in 2 more kills paced more towards the middle of the movie, this would have been a much better watch for me. So just hold that thought for a second. Jerry, why don't you give your rating so we could all drink together?
Yeah, I fucking love this movie. Like
Fuck!
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even get, I could have went on about it for probably a half hour, but I kept it very brief tonight. There are so many things I like about this, between like the setting, the atmosphere. I like the actors. I love the concepts. I like the kills. I like the killer. I liked all the, like, literally I liked everything. This is a slasher film to me, and it's definitely more of a modern slasher where, yeah, the kills are a little paced out, and we have to go through that, final girl kind of cat and mouse game for like the last 25 minutes, where it just gets a little redundant. So I definitely feel you there, Rich. But to me, it still stayed interesting. I'm still going to keep watching it. I'm giving this one 4
Oh
bloody
shit.
knives because
Uh,
I really like it.
all right, so I am gonna sip 4. You both are gonna sip 2. Let's cheers to that.
Hmm.
Link.
Oh, all right. Now that I'm really scared for Katie's rating because Katie did choose this movie and has a big smile on her face, which was always a bad sign for me.
16.
Damn.
So what
No
do you give
rules,
this?
Rich. Anything goes. If she
The
says
whole
15, that's what
bottle.
it
Drink the
is.
whole thing. Ready, set,
Cheers.
go. Okay. I am going to. Well, I'll say everything before I give my
Go ahead.
rating.
Yeah, take your time. We got nowhere to
I
go.
want to.
Yeah,
I want to drag it
build
out
it
for
up.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
I love this movie. I watch it at least once a year. I always forget about it, and then I go, "Oh yeah, I forgot about this movie," and I like watching it. It is slower paced. I do think they could have cut a lot. I think it would have benefited if a lot of stuff ended on the cutting room floor. Also, we didn't talk about Tony Todd.
We did not talk about Tony Todd. You're right.
Yeah,
Tony
he had a
Todd's in this,
cameo.
which is
Yeah.
very fun. I love him in this. I wish there was more of him.
Yeah, I wish he was in for more than 2 minutes. Yeah.
I wish he was the killer. I wish literally anything else. The killer was good and then bad and then what? And then which is fine. That happens. But overall I really enjoyed it though. Besides the main character, being she had her moments, but she was pretty flat the whole time, which sucked. Because I wanted to like her. And besides the set, that took me out. Still to this, even when I first watched it, I was like, what?
It's funny. They had like a pretty decent budget, but I think all of the money was probably spent on the exterior, like getting 1,000 people together or whatever, all that stuff. And they probably spent very little on the actual. Yes.
I mean, that could get you like stuck on a lot of things. I get what you're saying, Katie, but like even like a crazy movie like Eyes Wide Shut, that was literally filmed on like a T-shaped kind of corners of streets, and you constantly see the same exact things over. But I still think that's a fantastic film.
Totally.
Favorite film. So I do ignore like I know what you're saying. It's like, here's the same hallway again. I get it. And I'm with you on that. But I think the way they design it kind of just makes it kind of interesting still. But I get what you're saying 100%.
Yeah. I just wish they would have been more creative with it.
Yeah.
Like I think it could have been. Well, also, no, I'm staying firm with that. But I don't hate this though. So with that, I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
That's fair.
3.5
that's
for
fair.
Jerry and myself. Let's do it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
Before we start talking about this next movie, I was just thinking about something which is really interesting, Katie. I mean, like I give you a whole bunch of films to choose, and you chose these two particular films, and it's kind of strange that they're only like a year apart, and in which they were.
I didn't even realize that.
So one is 2017 and one is 2018. And Katie, I'm thinking about this now. This really reminds me of this game that I know, and I'm curious if you'd want to play this game right now with us. It's a really simple game. It's called 2017 or 2018. And basically, all you have to do is just tell me if you think a movie that I'm going to tell you is 2017 or 2018. But there is a catch. If you get it wrong, you have to take a sip. But if you get it right, I take a sip. Would you be down to play this game?
All right, good.
Let's do it.
No.
Wait,
you don't get to chill out, Rich. You get to play with Katie. So you're Katie's partner for this one.
You know what? I'm not worried. Katie is a very famous podcast host. She's watched tons of movies. She's hosted.
She dropped knowledge on us earlier that we didn't even imagine.
The mask maker of this movie. So yeah, I feel confident we're going to get them all right, and I am not going to take a sip. So I'm just going to kick back, and that's it.
Really quick, just want to clarify. Are you saying the movie title?
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess, okay, cool. I thought you were just like, okay, what do you think, 2017 or 2018? I'll tell you yesterday. And I'm like, that's crazy.
That would be brutal, but
that is roulette. Roulette.
Yeah,
the iPhone 12. When was the iPhone 12?
I mean, it's gonna be fairly familiar films, and they're either gonna just be 2017 or 2018. There's no outliers. There's no tricks here. We're gonna keep it nice and fair. And worst case scenario, it is 50-50. But if you get them all wrong, that's a lot of sips to take.
How many are you asking?
Oh, we'll see. We'll see how the game goes.
Okay.
It depends. If he's losing, it'll be over quick. If he's winning, this could go on all night. So
that's awesome.
That's it. And I have my phone right next to me just in case I need to call up some additional films. No, I have a few here. I don't like anyone to know because they try to create some sort of logic or strategy strategy around the game, and it's really not like that. It's just whatever you think it is. So
Totally.
you're agreeing to play is what I'm hearing. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, we are
That's
locked the fuck in.
Locked
consent.
in. And Rich, you're teaming up with Katie. You're agreeing to that, right?
Well,
Heck
I am. Can I
yeah.
can I help or do I have to stay quiet?
No, no,
Can I
you
make?
can't help. You
I'll
can't
I'll
help.
I'll make faces though. How about
You
that?
can't do
Yes.
anything. You can't do anything.
Just
You
give
have
me
to sit
a
there straight face and just sip when you're told to sip. No, you can do
Okay,
it.
all
You
right.
can do whatever you want outside of like giving your input. So
All
that's
right.
it.
You know
So
what? I probably don't know anyway. I'm just gonna fuck you up. So yeah, it's better if I
all
just stay
right.
Wait,
quiet.
and are all these horror movies?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Got it. Okay, go.
Yes. So yeah, I think it'll be easy. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll start with this first one here. Let's test it out. See how this night's gonna go. All right, ready? 2017 or 2018? Get Out.
2017.
God damn, he's starting off good. Taking a sip. Okay, how's that feel, Rich? You feeling confident now?
Yeah,
She
you
hit
know
the first
what?
one right.
Yeah,
That's it. You're good. You're
so
good.
so this is like I think this is like our 27th or 20th episode, and Jerry has lost probably 28 of the drinking games that we've done. So I'm not worried.
I'm pouring more bourbon. That's how nervous I just got, just for that confidence in that first answer. But let's see how we do on the second one. Ready? It, and not the original, obviously. The
2018.
oh, that's actually 2017.
Really
Okay,
interesting.
okay. So you answered that really fast. Like, take a minute.
No,
So
no,
you two
because
can take a
I
sip. So I confirm everything with IMDb. So it's
As
okay.
we said, is the source of truth.
Yes, which is the source of truth. So, Rich, take a sip. What are you doing, Rich?
Oh,
yeah.
I
that's
don't know.
fine.
I'm just
That's
googling.
fine.
All right. Yeah. All right. All right. Here we go. Let's keep going. Let's go. All right. So ready. That Halloween reboot.
Which one?
The first one, the one that's just it's
Okay, it's
Halloween.
Halloween.
The,
Okay.
the David
Jamie Lee
Gordon Green one.
Curtis. Yeah. Yeah.
David Gordon Green. Sorry.
Going back, like, when did I see it? Which
What
theater was I at?
was I wearing?
It was in Chicago at that time. I think it was 2018.
Shit, you're like Rich, man. You
Yeah.
connected to these things. That's right. All right.
Yeah. I'm not good at like retaining any kind of knowledge, but when it comes to years and horror movies, for some reason, I usually do really well. I don't know
Too
why.
well. All right, let's move on to the next one here. Victor Crowley.
What?
You've probably seen on Tubi.
No, I've never seen that.
It's Hatchet 4, basically.
Yeah, it's like it's like an offshoot from Hatchet.
Hey,
Oh, check it. I say check
you
it out
caught me
after
there.
this. Yeah.
And,
All right, so it's a
um,
50-50 guess.
I'm gonna say 2017.
And you guessed right.
Yes.
Have you seen any
No.
of the Hatchet movies or no?
No. No.
I kind of like them. I like Victor Crowley probably the best. It was really brutal.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
It's Kane
All right.
Hodder, right?
Yes. All right, here's a nice Gaspar Noé film, Climax.
Love that movie.
I also haven't seen that.
Climax is awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
great film.
Can you tell me what it's about?
Yeah, a bunch of people go to like this all-night dance party. Someone spikes the drink that they're all drinking, and everyone kind of slowly starts like dying and killing themselves and stuff like that. It gets really brutal.
They'll go insane.
They go
basically,
insane.
at this party.
Yeah, they like trip out and go insane and during this dance party. And there's some great dancing and there's some great camera work that I've never seen before.
To
Yeah, it's
me, that plot is giving 2018.
Wow, holy shit! I screwed myself.
So yeah, don't even tell her the title. Just tell her the plot. The title's what's tripping her
All
up.
right, you're doing great, Katie. Right now, you're like 4 for 5, I think. So you're doing pretty good. I'm going to throw like a softball here at you. A film that I personally don't like, but a lot of people do like. It's called Hereditary.
Oh, wait.
She's like going back to the sneakers that she had back then, and she's
No,
like, "Wait,
yeah,
no, I know."
I
She's
saw
like, "I
it.
know." She's like, "I
I
know
saw
it."
it. I saw it in Minneapolis with my brother at a really crappy theater, and it terrified the fuck out of me.
Do you just like go city to city watching horror movies? Because you saw one in Chicago, one in
Yeah, well,
Minneapolis.
because I lived in I'm from Wisconsin, but I went to school. The first college I went to was at Peoria, Illinois,
Mm.
and then the other one was in Chicago, and then my brother lives in Minneapolis, and we love horror, so I see them there a lot. I also I'm in LA, so
You're
I'm like,
everywhere.
where did I see? I'm gonna say 2017.
Finally got one wrong. 2018. Yes. Uh,
Really?
yeah.
Hmm.
And I
I
love
hate.
Chicago and Minneapolis. So take a sip,
Yeah,
you
that's
two.
okay.
I
You know
did.
what?
I
I
did.
was
Take a
thirsty.
sip.
I was
Take a sip. You're getting
thirsty. I was
thirsty.
thirsty.
All right. So these next few, Katie, I'm gonna flip it. Now,
Phew.
yeah, these next few, I'm gonna flip it, and your partner's gonna answer some of these.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so I'm
Freeze.
gonna so you're gonna be off the hook, and I just want you to know he's really good at these, and he usually gets them right. So
Until now.
I'm hoping I can trip him up, and
Until right now.
maybe the pressure of you being here, he might screw up, but he's really good as well. We're not going that far back. We're only going a couple of years back. So let's see how he does. So you could just chill now, but you're gonna have to drink with him. So if he gets
Yeah,
it wrong,
keep it ready.
you're drinking
'Cause
too. Yeah.
You got
All
this.
right.
You got
keep it
this.
ready. All right.
All right. So Rich, I mean, we were literally just probably talking about these
Fuck.
the other day because I bought the set on Blu-ray.
Oh fuck.
So the first Purge, and I'm not talking about the initial Purge. I'm talking about the first Purge as in the name of the film, the first Purge. 2017 or
Oh wait,
2018?
I'm sorry. You're not talking about the Purge. You're talking about
I'm
the
not talking
first
about.
Purge.
I'm talking about the first Purge. Yes, that's the name of it. The first
Okay,
Purge.
I'm gonna say
No,
28. I'm gonna say 2018.
you're right. See,
Okay.
damn man, I'm going down. I'm going down
All right.
hard.
Nothing.
If I had to refill again, I'm gonna be really good here.
It's nothing.
All right, here's the film I know you didn't watch because you don't watch films like this, but I do. So let's see if you get it right. Escape Room.
I definitely did not watch that, but I'm actually gonna say 2017 on that.
Katie wants to answer.
I'm wrong.
2018.
Yeah, I definitely did not watch that movie.
I like them actually. I like the whole franchise.
I know you do. I can tell you do. It's totally your type of movie.
All right. Here's a film that I actually saw in the theater, and I really don't go around the globe watching films in
Did you see
theaters.
it in
Katie.
Minneapolis or Chicago?
No, I was probably in West Babylon, Long Island. So
Ooh,
not that
fancy.
exciting. Yeah, definitely not that exciting. But I definitely saw this there, and the only thing I really remember about it is I had popcorn. But
Solid.
yeah. So for the last and final question, Rich, I'm going to give you the choice to make a bet of 1 to 3 sips. And you could do the 1 sip, or you could do 2, you could do all 3.
Yeah,
But I just want you to know, but before you answer that, I just want you to know
Okay.
you probably didn't see this film either.
You know what? I'm gonna say 3 because I did write down every time you've gone to the movies over the past 6 years, so I have it on my calendar and I can just look it up because you do go once a year and I write it down. So yeah, let's fuck. You know what? I don't give a fuck. No rules. Let's do 3. Sorry,
All right,
Katie.
3 sips. Okay.
How about this? How about
Wall.
this? For this, can Katie and I confer? Can we like? I don't know if that's
Yeah,
a word. But
sure,
can we, okay.
sure,
We'll discuss.
yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
you could discuss it.
Because she's already getting mad. She's like,
So,
fuck this
so
guy.
here's the thing. I have 100% feeling that Katie did see this film, and I just met her tonight, but I still have a feeling I know the types of movies that she watches because they're very similar type of movies that I watch.
Okay.
And I know it's not the type of film you watch. So here we go. She's probably going to get it right. We'll figure this out for 3 sips. Now I'm nervous that you're both doing it. The Bye Bye Man. 2017 or 2018?
I definitely did not watch the Bye Bye Man.
I know you didn't.
You don't need to. Also, well, first of all, it takes place in Madison, Wisconsin.
See, there you go. She knows the plot now.
Okay. Who designed the mask? That's what I really want.
So mask is sort of a being.
I'm holding my glass ready because I feel like you guys are going to get it right. So.
If I had to guess, I would say 2017. However, I do not know, and that is clearly a guess. Katie, do you have an opinion one way or the other, or do you want to just put this on my shoulders and I'll take all the blame?
I think it's 2017. I
Should
think
we?
it is.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
we both know our shit. Let's go 2017.
Okay,
I think
so
it's
going
2017.
2017, and 2017 is fucking right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Woo,
High five to the
easy.
screen. High five to the screen. Yeah.
Light work here. Light work. Okay, cool.
Oh my
So
god,
before
I finished my whole glass. That was ridiculous. That was
Pour
ridiculous.
yourself another one.
Yeah, so
Damn.
while Jerry is pouring himself another glass, we're about to get into our final movie of the night. But before we do, so Katie, what would you say like is the best new movie you've seen like this year? And just off the top of your head, like you don't need to be like, I'm not gonna judge you on it, but like recently, like, and not something you saw from on Tubi that's like 10 years old, but like something that's like brand new, like that you thought was like you'd say like if I had to pick one movie, that would be it. And it hasn't not been a good year for horror, I will say. This has been a very, in my opinion, most of the movies have been overhyped and not really that good.
I black out. Every
Yeah,
not
it's
like
been that
not
kind of
not
year.
like, but it's also like because I watch so many movies, I
Fair.
literally, unless I have IMDb in front of me, I literally forget what has come out this year.
How about in the theater? What's the last good thing you saw in the theater? You're like, that was really good. And it could be an indie movie. It doesn't need to be like a mainstream thing.
You know what? Yeah, let's go indie movie. Because I really enjoyed this one. There's a movie that's on Apple TV. I got invited to a screening of it. The guys who did the Radio Silence guys who did Abigail and the new Scream movies, they helped produce it. It's like a long title. So I think it's like unfound footage, the making of the Patterson Project, and it starts as
Wow.
like this it's like a Napoleon. It starts as this like Napoleon Dynamite comedy where it's a found footage mockumentary about these guys making a movie about a Patterson Project horror movie, but then while they're filming, they're at this uh, timeshare house, and they're like, "Hey, just don't go in the basement." And they end up going down the basement with their equipment, and there's like seance stuff everywhere, and they move it, and there's a demon that's released. So it goes from
Love
being
it.
like Napoleon Dynamite awkward comedy, like looking at the camera, like what the fuck, to Blair Witch, like
Love it.
creepy, and it just gets balls to the wall insane. And but it was genuinely like cackling, laughing, but also really freaky, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah,
And we don't know what the title is, but it's a long title and it's on Apple TV. That's all
I mean,
we know.
it
the
sounds
making.
amazing. I'm
It's
gonna
like
look this
it's.
up because it
I think
sounds
it's
awesome.
like it's like found footage, the making of the Patterson Project, something like that. So
Definitely go
that's
check it
yeah.
because that sounds like my type of film. I love
It's
it.
so fun. It is so campy and silly, and it's. But
the
then the end,
The
the
whole
end just
film
goes
is
crazy.
found footage though.
Yeah,
Is that the style? Okay, so Rich
yeah.
is out on that one, but I will check it. So
Yeah, I can't do found footage. It's the one
But
genre I
it's
stay away from.
not. It's not like
I tried,
icky
Katie. Maybe you could
shaky.
do better. I don't know. I
No, it's
tried.
not.
It doesn't matter.
It's not. Yeah, it's honestly wasn't bad. I also am not a found footage
Well,
person.
wasn't
I
bad
don't
doesn't
like.
make me.
I don't like V. If
I'm
you're
locked in.
comparing
I'm
it,
kidding.
if
I'm
you're
kidding.
comparing it to like VHS, which I can't,
Yeah.
I cannot sit through those. I
Yeah.
have to have like people to be like, you can't skip the movie. You
Yeah.
have to watch it. Because I've turned off VHS. I think it's taken me 8 tries to get through the whole movie.
Oh
And it's
man.
the last time was because I had a friend with me. And she's like, we're watching it. I was like,
Wow.
I literally can't because the footage is so but I was able to watch found footage, the making the Patterson Project, and it was like fun. So I think you'd be able to do it, but
I'll
it's
take
not
that
as shaky.
reco. I'll take that reco. I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah, no, Jerry
I like
loves,
VHS
loves found
too,
footage.
so I like found footage. I think it's an art form, but I don't want to get into that right now.
That's a debate for another.
We'll make that another time. That's it. That's not tonight.
Okay, cool. So let's get into our next movie. We're gonna talk about Happy Death Day from 2017. I will give the plot really quick. A college student named Tree must relive the day of her murder over and over again in a loop that will end only when she discovers her killer's identity. And basically, Tree is kind of, I really like her character because she's kind of like, no
What?
bullshit. Well, yeah, I haven't
You
seen a
you
character.
got you
Wait,
didn't you
hold
didn't
on.
like she was an
Let,
asshole. I can't even let you get
Exactly.
into that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. She was an asshole and she's a character I haven't seen before. Like she drinks,
Okay. All
she
right.
gets fucked up, she like just hooks up with people. She's like a bitch. Like I really like found that refreshing. Like she was just like entertaining to me. Like I really liked her
Really?
character. I thought she was pretty cool, even though she is an asshole and a piece of shit. But like I really did, I liked her. But anyway, she like is just like has to keep reliving the day over and over again, where she's being stalked by a killer wearing a baby mask on a college campus. And so my hot take on this movie, I love the concept. It's basically like Groundhog Day mixed with a slasher movie. Um, Again, I thought it was really well done. I thought it was clever. I thought it was funny where it needed to be. Like it's got that some of these like newer late 2000 movies have like this humor to them. But it's like it's not like in your face. It's just like kind of there, which I really like. The one thing I would say about this movie, there are two things I didn't like. One is I wish it was rated R, man. I just wish it was like there was blood or it
A
was
little more
like
gritty. Yeah.
more gritty. It could have
Yeah.
been so much better to me. And I get that wasn't the movie. And I know the original script was more R rated, but they cut it down to get the PG-13 rating because they thought that would make a lot more money, and they were right. Um, and then the only other thing I didn't like was at the very end when she figures out like there's a huge plot twist in the last 10 minutes of the movie. And I have no idea how she figured it out, and it didn't like make any sense to me, to be honest with you. So I was like, kind of like, okay, but by that point, I was kind of like, you're kind of sold on the movie, or you're not at that point. So I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. I really thought I was going to hate this movie, and there's a reason I never watched it because like I saw the trailer, I'm like, this looks just not my kind of movie. But I
Yeah.
was into it. I was really feeling it, and I really liked a lot of the nuances in it. I just wish again, I just wish it was a little harder. Like if there was some blood, and it's funny, I didn't know the rating going in. So like the first time she gets killed, she gets stabbed, and there's like you don't see it. I'm like, okay, fine. The next time I'm like, fuck. I'm like two kills, no blood, and then I'm like, oh, that's why. Um, but anyway, Katie, I know you picked this movie too. Let's and you're shaking your head, you're smiling. Like, let's get into it.
I'm,
Tell us what you liked about it. Like,
I love this movie. I
yeah,
I freaking love this movie. I think it is so fun. I think it is so
it's definitely
is
fun. Yeah.
It's fun.
it's it's one of those horror movies that I think is a good gateway horror movie. A lot of my friends who hate horror, I'm like, we're gonna watch this movie, and they're like, wait, I love this, and I'm like, yeah, because it's not as bloody, which obviously it would be awesome if it was bloodier for the horror fans, but also
Yeah.
it is a nice gateway, and it's so fun. I love a funny horror movie. I think it's also like an art. It's an art form in itself. Horror and comedy are two of the hardest things, and to put them together and to do it well is like that's something to be applauded. I also think this movie isn't trying to be anything special, be anything crazy. Especially in a sequel, they're like, we had the same bit, and we're doing a sequel with it, and we're just gonna really hammer it home. And I love that because that also makes it funnier, and they're acknowledging how insane the premise is, and it's Groundhog Day, but with a murderous baby. Love it. Bring it on. Yes. I love Tree. I think and you can call me out on this. That's fine. I think for Final Girl wise, she goes through the biggest transformation, character development
Okay.
in like any horror character. She goes from being an asshole to being like actually like
I
a
feel
decent human
that.
being by
I
the
feel
end.
that. Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't realize that till this round of watching. And I was like, yeah, you know what? She really goes through a lot, obviously, but like character wise, and really has, she comes around in the end. And, we're like rooting, obviously rooting for her, even when she's an asshole, but like you're really rooting for her because she's, standing up for what she believes in and whatnot. And yeah, I also have to say I love, love, love I think her name's Danielle, the sorority sister.
Okay.
She kills me.
It's like that dick
She
character, yeah. For
she's so
sure. Yeah.
good. She
Yeah.
has some
Perfect.
lines
It's like
that
a mean girl, yeah.
yes, but she has some lines that are just that, because this was 2018, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you can't.
Take
There's
a
some
sip.
line. Take a sip. Take a sip. There are some
Wait, I'm
lines
sorry. I'm
though.
sorry. It's 2017. I'm sorry.
2017. Okay.
2017.
Oh
Okay,
Yes.
I'll
fuck, we
take a
gotta
sip.
take a sip. God damn it.
We
All
gotta
right.
take a sip. We gotta take a sip. Sorry about that. I fucked up.
But there's something, I don't know. There's like some lines that uh, they're kind of cuspers where you're like, oh, this isn't really
Wouldn't
fly.
pass today. I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
The are you deaf? That line. Okay, it is so funny though, and it's in the. She's already a bitch. You gotta
Yeah.
hate her, and she does that, and you're like, you know what? That's fucking hilarious. It's not okay. However,
We're not gonna cancel you. Don't worry.
it's so funny. It's so funny because you're just like, it's so good. It's so I love this
I,
movie. It's
I
so
mean,
fun.
I think a lot of those areas, like where they touch on that humor, maybe it's a little distasteful at time, but it still kind of hits and it's still kind of funny. And what I didn't realize when I watched this film, I have seen it before, but obviously this time watching it more of a critical eye because we're doing it for the podcast. I didn't realize the director is the same guy that did Scout's Guide, Rich.
Oh, get out of
And
here. I love that
yeah,
movie.
so there is a lot of like that similar type of like offbeat kind of comedy, some of that disgusting comedy, all sorts of like they'll throw anything at you to kind of get a laugh. And I just thought like as like Teresa kind of like started understanding that she was like reliving the same day, which in my opinion was probably the worst day in the world to relive. Like when you feel like shit, you hung over, and you slept on like some dude's bed that night. Like it's just
A
an
dorm
awful
room
night.
bed.
Yeah. And like you got to keep reliving that shitty night and go to class. Like that was like the worst. But I think it was funny, like when she started embracing it. One time she just kind of goes out naked. Another time she's like, I'm just gonna fart, and she don't like care.
Yeah.
And it's like dumb humor like that really kind of like just like you don't realize it and just like you just kind of laugh at it. And
It's
I
stupid.
I
It's great.
really enjoyed that humor, which I was not expecting in this film. What I did like in this film is I did think it was very original. I don't think I've really seen anything like this before. We keep comparing it to Groundhog's Day, which was a pretty awful movie in my opinion, but I think adding this killer element to it really kind of made that concept exciting, and it kind of came like meta, like when they kind of like mention like what is happening. They mention Groundhog's Day, they mention what they're going through. The only thing that annoyed me about this film is, and maybe I missed it, is why is the day repeating? Like what is that loop? What
Yeah,
is
they never
that like
explain
kind
it.
of
Do they explain it?
cosmic loop that occurs, that break that makes the day repeat? And Rich, that's how she knew that that guy, the serial killer, wasn't the killer because she still looped, even though that guy was dead. So that's how she realized that that was like the ending of it, where she realized that things were still happening. So I did understand the ending, but what I didn't understand is why it was happening.
Yeah, they kind of covered a little bit more in two. I think I don't know. It's still kind of wishy-washy,
Give it to us, Katie, if you know it, because
but
I don't think I
also
saw it too.
what also wanted to add on to about the ending, that how did she know? Well, even if she did wake up, she still would be like, wait, who did it? At that point, it's like you've canceled out all the probability. There's only one possible answer,
Hmm.
and it's the cupcake. And she's like, what did I do differently? I didn't eat the cupcake. That's clearly what did it. You're the killer. That's you. It was like,
And
where
I
you
thought she was such a bitch in the beginning for not eating the cupcake. I'm like, what the hell, man? I'm like, the girl made you a cupcake on your birthday. It's like I was so mad at her for not doing, but it's like, yeah, that was it. That girl had devious plans.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I think the way you explained it makes sense. And I guess what I didn't really think about when I was watching it is like we see her. I think we see her get killed like 10 times, right? But we don't
Yeah.
know. It could have been 1,000 times for all we know. And like
Yeah,
you said, maybe she was actually like, for all we know, she wrote down everything she did differently to figure that out. So I kind of can suspend a little bit and kind of get that. I think in the moment I was just like, wait, like I was like, huh? Like because I didn't get it. I was like, it made no sense to me. And then she does
totally.
this really long explanation. I'm like, okay, I get it. It just seemed like a big leap to go from like here to here, but I get what you're saying in that like
Totally.
if she pieced it all together, you could have because she might have lived this day like hundreds of times.
So
Yeah.
is there an explanation in part 2 of why this loop
Um,
is occurring?
I
Because
haven't
it just
seen
made
I
no
haven't
sense.
I haven't seen it in a minute, but they do have something that does bend time
Hmm.
in the
Interesting.
second movie. Um, that's all I remember. I haven't seen it in a while.
That's okay. Maybe I'll check that out. Rich, what film did we just watch that is just like this? That was like a fucking
Un-
smash. It
until
was
dawn.
awesome. Until Dawn. Have you seen that, Katie? That was a
Yes,
I
smash.
loved it.
Love
Loved
I
that.
it.
I that's another one that people were trashing that I really enjoyed. I was genuinely scared during that in the theater. I was really uncomfortable. Um,
I wish I
but
saw that theater. I
Yeah.
watched it at home.
it
I thought
was
I was gonna hate it. I'm like, this is gonna be
Almost the
terrible.
same as that
Loved it.
concept,
Loved it.
but smashed it for
well,
sure.
yeah, it was. I thought it was so fun. It was so fun. But yeah, no, that's they're both different. I think obviously Until Dawn is way more gory and grotesque and
Different tone.
very different tone, very dark. But like this one is like the again the gateway horror.
Yeah, now that you mention it that way, like I see myself liking it more because again, I was like, oh, I wish this was R rated. But I get why it wasn't, right? Because it was a huge hit. It made a ton of money. And like you said, it's not for there's enough in there for horror fans to like, but it's not made for us, right? It's made
Yeah.
for a bigger audience to kind of pull them in and maybe check out some of the other stuff. So yeah,
Also,
I kind of get it. I get why they made the choices they made.
really quick, is does Blumhouse only make PG-13? Have
Oh,
they made
going
an
forward.
R? Because I
Yeah,
think is
no, like
Blumhouse because I feel like Blumhouse is just gateway horror.
I completely agree with you.
No,
Like, but
yeah.
it's they do make rated like Black Phone's rated R and like
Oh yeah.
Speak No Evil I think
Okay.
was rated R. But I agree. Like
Uh,
I am not a huge fan of Blumhouse at all. I feel like their movies fall apart
They
completely.
did Speak No Evil.
Yeah,
That
and
was
and
brutal. I mean,
no, the remake they did. They did the
the
remake.
remake. Oh,
Yeah, they did the remake. Yeah, I think their movies are like they're made for a broader audience than just horror
totally.
fans. Like they're not made for us specifically. We'll go see them because we're like it looks really cool, but then I'm
Yeah.
disappointed with almost every one of them.
I mean, they
Yeah.
got a
Except
top director. They have a great concept, and that was probably like the first note that I had on this film is that my first impression is I'm inclined to hate PG-13 just because I'm an asshole and a snob. And then second, really anything from like Blumhouse. And I didn't always feel that way. I think I used to be able to appreciate PG-13 movies more and Blumhouse movies more. But I'm going to be honest with you, I did still like this film. And this is not the first time I'm watching this film. This is probably the third or fourth time
I'll
that
watch
I've
it again
actually,
for sure.
yeah, that because it is fun. I think the killer is kind of cool. I'm with that killer. I like the dumb baby mask. It's so like out there and it's outlandish and it's funny, but at the same time, it's kind of terrifying. If you were like walking down like some sort of like alley and this person just popped up wearing a hoodie and a baby mask, you're gonna shit yourself. Like it's
Yes.
scary. And I really thought that was effective. And I think it was funny with this character, Teresa, how you kind of said that she goes through this like transformation. It's funny how she starts like accepting like what's gonna happen. She's like, ah shit, I'm gonna die again. It's like you just know she just knows like the mistake she's going to make. And I think that obviously starts making her a better person to like realize how she could improve her life. But I think like that was like kind of funny because this guy, he becomes relentless at some point, is like blowing up like police cars like in the hospital parking lot and things like that. Like he'll
Oh,
do anything. He'll do anything to make sure that this person
Oh yeah,
dies.
that was the other thing I didn't get too. So like the roommate slipping the serial killer a drug that makes him want to kill her specifically. Like I didn't understand that. Like was it like a mind control drug? Like I didn't get how that didn't really make any sense to me. And like how did she just like did she help him get out of that? Like I'm so confused by that plot point. I feel like it wasn't necessary, but
yeah. I think she was like, I think he was probably sedated and she probably gave him something like adrenaline or something to like wake him up. I don't think it was anything like mind control. I just think she was like, hey, you're crazy.
kill my friend.
Want to
She's
help me
hot.
out?
Yeah. Okay.
Wanna help
Yeah.
me
I'll help
out?
you escape. I'll help you escape for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And also with the time with the I mean he killed like everybody in the hospital, like he was going after everybody, but she just happened to give him a harder time. And if you're a serial killer, you're a killer. The person who gives you the hardest time, you're gonna go after them times 10 type of thing.
But I will say the first time he kills her, she's at the sorority party or the frat party. So like he didn't meet her yet.
Oh yeah. I
Anyway,
don't know. And I don't know. And
So there's
that's
some
why
plot
yeah,
holes.
you know
I
what?
don't want to think
Again,
about it. I don't know.
I'm not saying it takes away from the enjoyment of this film because I think there's a lot that like is not covered in the writing of it. One quick note I will say about the mask, and I actually was not a huge fan of the mask at first.
What? Really?
It's a baby. I don't,
Eh,
but I
you
get
hate
it.
kids.
I do. Well, that's accurate. That's true, and I've documented
Got it.
that. But I did read a fact that originally the mask was going to be a pig mask, but they swapped it because of Saw, and they said, "Oh, it's already kind of iconic.
That's iconic. That is
Let's
iconic.
make it a baby instead." And I think it has to do with I believe there's like a New Orleans. I think it takes place in New Orleans or Louisiana. There's like a team that has like a baby as a mascot that they use as like a
They do.
inspiration. So it makes
Ex Katie,
makes
because she
sense.
probably saw a movie there. So
It's 100%. How'd you know? How'd you
I'm that
know?
stalker. Oh, wait, never mind.
Okay, so now that it got awkward, let's wrap this up and let's rate this movie. So I'll go first. Again, I like this movie a lot more than I thought I was gonna.
Wow, I'm shocked you even saying that.
I was dreading watching it. You know what? There's a couple of movies like this that I do like, and I think I mentioned it before. There's that movie Freaky that I really like. That's very similar to this.
Oh, freaky.
Yeah, it's very
This
similar
guy
to
did
this.
Freaky too, didn't he? Or no?
I think the producers there's some correlation.
Blumhouse.
Yeah, there
Blumhouse.
is. There is.
And I like that movie. That movie I think is R-rated. And I like that too. So I like this movie. Again, there's things I wish I were different about it, but so what? I enjoyed it. I'll watch it again. I'm giving it a 3.
Wow.
Which for me is big for a movie like this. This is not my kind of film.
I can't believe you gave it a 3. I can't believe I'm gonna have to take 3 sips because honestly, when you were texting me, I'm like, this guy hated this fucking film, and there's no
Throw you
way
off. I'm just trying to like
you're just trying to throw me off. So like I don't know what to do. I'm gonna make it like really really simple. I mean, I like this film. I watched it a few times. I'll probably watch it again. It's fun. Sometimes you don't have to like take horror too seriously, and that's exactly what this is. If it's on like TV like all the time. Nothing's cut out of it, so why not just watch it? So I'll keep watching it. I'm happy we did it tonight. I'm happy to be talking about it. I'm going to agree with you 100%. I'm giving it a 3 as well.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. So all right, so let's all do 3 sips really right here. Cheers to that.
Get that
Yeah.
ASMR.
Now for the part of the show that I'm dreading the most, Katie is going to give her rating, and I am going to be on the floor, and I'll be sideways like Katie was before we started.
Heck yeah. I love this movie. I tell everybody to watch this movie. Please, both of you should watch the sequel.
I am going
As
to
it-
watch it. Yeah,
as
I'm
it
going to
is-
watch it.
It is just as camp, and they know how silly the concept is, and they just lean into it tenfold, and it's great. It's so silly, and horror's supposed to be fun, and this movie's just fun, and it's a good watch. Sure, when you overanalyze it, it's a little confusing. Not really sure about the time jump thing. Yeah, the cupcake, sure, whatever. But if you're just blindly like, this is one of those that you could just watch over and over again, and you catch more and more jokes. And it's still one of those that I think will hold up for years to come. And so for that, I'm gonna give it 4.
Wow,
okay. All right.
damn.
This is it.
That's
We're
it.
going to finish strong. 4 sips.
4
Yeah,
sips.
you know.
Oh, all right.
Wow. Okay. So it's a
feeling
brutal
it
night
now.
for me, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. We survived. So, Katie, thank you so much for coming on. You were an absolute blast to have on. Everybody, Katie's podcast is Katie Afraidy with Katie Hettenbach. You could listen to it on anywhere you get podcasts. Give you a chance one more time to kind of plug your socials or anything you want to kind of say right now.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. This was an absolute blast. Yeah, follow me at Katie Afraidy, all social media platforms, and we put out new videos every Monday on YouTube. So go check it out.
And look out for Katie's feature films that will be on Tubi any
Any
day
minute.
now.
Any minute now.
Any
Yeah,
minute now.
I need to get funding first. But then
So
I need
yeah, so
$5
any
million.
minute now.
I need $5 million.
Okay, so if anyone wants to send $5 million and 3
Sick.
bags of Doritos to my house, like you know where I
That's it.
live, and that's it. The next episode, I believe we're gonna talk about horror remakes and reboots. We're just not
Reboots.
sure what movies we're gonna do. We're trying to pick the ones that are gonna be the easiest to get through. Let's just say, because there are some really terrible ones that I do not want to watch. So more to come on that. So you can follow us on Instagram at horrorheadspodcast. Email us to horrorheadspodcast@gmail.com, and that is it. Again, check out Katie Afraidy. Her podcast is a lot of fun. She has tons of great guests on her show, so you should definitely check that out. And yeah, let's finish strong. Let's cheers to that. And cheers. Yeah, thank you, Katie, so much. You were awesome.
Cheers. Thank you. It's a great
Thanks
night.
so much for having me. This was awesome.
Woo. All right. Good night, all.
Woo.